If you would like to get your song reviewed, dear listener, there's the filthy capitalist option. As Sori says, 125 gets you straight to the head of the line. You don't have to be a part of the alliance. You don't have to be part of the group.
Wait a minute.
And the biggest thing is you don't have to wait. You hop, skip, and jump right in front of everybody. 125 gets you there. You do that 3 times, and then get mashed down to the $75 rate for perpetuity.
Yes!
Also, there is a band review option. So if you've got a band and you're trying to get your band some exposure, hit me up at vinsori@gmail.com, and I'll show you the details about how to pull that off.
You can also jump on Patreon, and there is a option on the tiers to be able to get your band reviewed. Yep. Obviously, we can't lie to you, so we can't guarantee a positive review. Get what you get.
It's just rubbish.
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 That's British for garbage.
My favorite is the community option. $1 at the gate gets you in at Patreon. You get to join an alliance. The alliance joins their points together, and that helps determine what songs that we do.
The alliances hang out on Discord.
Message me on Patreon to get the link.
And they do all kinds of other cool things. They do Minecraft, Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. It's really a community within the community. Anybody can go in the village, facebook.com/Vin and Sori. There's 160,000+ people on the channel. What's cool about the Discord is that it offers a real opportunity for community connection, friendship, that type of thing.
And it's on Discord, so if you're not a Facebook person, it's for you.
You start off at $1.
Right.
Plus you get exclusives. Sori and I are working on a song. So the first 15 seconds of that was on Patreon. Also, at $15 tier and above, when we actually debut the video, they're going to be there live with us. There you are, dear listener.
Buy our merch.
Buy our merch indeed. Shall lead them.
To buy our merch.
Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. Yes, dear listener. That's cool Sori.
Yes.
With the glass has.
Snoopy without glasses. Joe Cool with them.
We are in the midst of an impenetrable flame. You guys have no idea, bro. We are just like racking them up and knocking them down. Not really. This is Cabrakaa, La Cigarra. We got a Big MK.
Join them.
Big MK. Did I pronounce that right? Cabrakaa, La Cigarra. Okay. This is from the big homie Archero.
You can see our ring light.
La Cigarra featuring Reed Alton. Cabrakaa is a Mexican folk metal band and a recent discovery from me with their November 2023 album La Cigarra, a cover of well-known mariachi song popularized by Linda Ronstadt. Okay, the cicada.
Okay.
Okay, so the translation is the cicada. Okay, so the cigarra is cicada. It's one of those bugs, right? Isn't a cicada one of those bugs?
Oh, I don't know.
Our chair will know, or Perkinos will know.
What kind of a bug?
I don't know, like a
big watery roach, or what are we talking about here?
I don't know. That's why I said the homie will tell us. Oh. Inshallah. Okay, here we go. Good night, Delaney. Good on you for helping your dad. Love. Okay, here we go, guys. La Cigarra. Let's go.
Locust.
Yes, a noisy one. See, it's like a bug.
Oh, there it is.
Okay.
Bajo la sombra de un árbol y al compás de mi guitarra, canto alegre este guapango, porque la vida se acaba y quiero morir cantando como muere la cigarra. Ay, la, 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 bajo la sombra de un árbol y al compás de mi guitarra, canto alegre este guapango, porque la vida se acaba y quiero morir cantando como muere la cigarra. Ay, la, la, la. Y quiero morir cantando como muere la cigarra.
Wow. Interesting.
They live for either 13 or 17 years, continue on species. Then about 3 to 4 weeks, once they emerge from dormancy, periodical cicadas emerge in groups called broods. Starting in late April, brood, 13? The Northern Illinois brood, which has 17-year life cycles. Okay.
But hold on. So when they're singing, that's the song of their death? Like they do that
Yeah,
when
I
they're
guess they
dying?
do like some sort of creak or cricket thing or some sort of thing before they die, which gets interpreted as singing.
Well, I think one thing I thought was kind of interesting about this song was, I don't know, like, you know when you're sad and then everything becomes sad around you, or if you're happy and then stuff is happy around you? Like, don't sing to me anymore, Locust, whatever. Let your sing-song end, for your song here in my soul stabs me like a dagger, knowing that when you sing, you're announcing that you're going to your death. So if that's true, like, I mean, we've heard the crickets and all of that stuff, and I always looked at it as like a beautiful sound of the night, or like an early, like, springtime sort of sound. But if you...
Can you imagine?
Oh my God. Explain that. But if it was actually going to their death, then that would be like kind of like a crazy moment.
But I don't think like every time we hear a cricket, it's a cicada dying. I mean, I think it's a certain kind of species. I don't think they're dying every night. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
well, that's why I'm like, is this actually what's happening, or is
the
this
males sing by
perceived?
vibrating a membrane on the sides of their bodies? But like, is that like the at night that you hear? They're all dying at night. Like, is that we're hearing them die, or is that something else?
It's hard to believe. It almost seems like, you know, like maybe
Like
it's
the
an old
crickets?
wives' tale type of thing.
No,
Sailor.
I mean, our
No,
churro
right there. Yeah.
But I mean, we don't really need to know like the facts. It doesn't need to be facts. It's just art,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. Sorry
So-
about that. Glad you're here with us. So,
Sailor, tell me if it's true that you know, because I cannot distinguish whether in the depths of the seas there is another color blacker than the color of my sorrows.
It's a
So,
good line, bro.
yeah, it's a really good line. But again, it seems like this person has internalized sorrow, and so the world is being interpreted. There used to be this country song like, the girl met somebody that had brown eyes, and so then it was like, when I get my coffee in the morning, she's looking at the coffee. The color of the coffee reminds me of the color of your eyes. And like, it was all these different things where it was like everything that the person was seeing was somehow bringing them back to the person that they loved, because they were so in love with that person. The entire world just became full of metaphors of that person.
right.
And I think that this person has so much sorrow in their heart that it seems like everything is becoming about that. Because you could look at the song that they're singing as a song of the night, or you could look at it as the song of their death. The sailor, you could look at it as like the beauty of the ocean, the sky above the ocean.
Gang shit.
the-
Tony
Hey,
Lone
what's
Rider
up?
Smith in the house. What you want, gang?
Or it's the like the depths of that sorrow. And then this one, this next line really kind of stuck out to me, because I remember being a teenager, or probably close to like 12 or something, and my sister had a cat. I wasn't a giant fan of cats. I found them to be pretty snobby, but anyway, and her cat was ruthless. Her cat like went out and caught this bird and killed the bird, and I was really, really upset with that, because by the time I came out, the bird was already done, but watching it struggle in the claws of this cat just like toying with it was terrible. Well, it was a
I
mourning
heard
dove.
like they play with
Oh,
it.
they do. It's disgusting.
But, like-
they do the same thing with mice.
Are they doing it for fun, or is there some sort of like evolutionary sort of survival thing that?
I'm gonna tell you, you will not believe this cat. I used to have birds in this little cage of parakeets. He would go up on the cage and he would lay his fat self down on the top of the cage with one paw over, and he would just lay there watching the birds, and he would go bang, and then the birds fly all around the cage. He was not motivated at all. He knew he couldn't get to them, but he just loved toying with them. Like literally lazy
I've heard people
looking
say that.
Garfield.
I've
up
heard
there.
people say that they like. I'm like, are you
They let it go
anthropomorphizing the
and
cat?
then pull it back.
Like you anthropomorphizing
And they-
the cat, like you're interpreting.
They look like they're having fun. That's the other thing. Cats, like, they'll look pissy sometimes. They look entertained. Like, they look like they're
Yeah,
having a lot of fun. The cat and mouse game. But anyway, so the morning
I read a thing
dove-
one time. It's like, your cat doesn't think it's a human; it thinks you're a cat.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a cat; it was a dog. Your
Yeah.
dog doesn't think that he's human; he thinks you're a dog. I thought that was interesting.
Explains a lot.
Yeah.
But so that next line, a little dove came flying that bore a wounded breast, now almost crying, said to my very afflicted, now I am weary of searching for a mutual love. So the little dove, mourning doves mate for life, according to what I heard. So when the cat killed that mourning dove, the other one was up in the tree, like crying this song. And
What are you talking about?
when the cat killed this
You're
bird,
talking about real life.
yeah.
'Cause I'm like, where is the cat? in this?
No. And then the bird.
You're saying that this thing about the dove triggered the memory about you seeing this cat murder this dove.
and then
and there
hearing
was
the other one.
The dove's
because
buddy
I
was watching
misunderstood
this
what was
shit happen.
happening. Like, I was like, holy shit, like the cat already has done too much damage to this bird. Like, it's over with. But it was just taking a long time. And I just wanted it to be done because there was nothing I could do. And then once the bird was not moving anymore, I thought, okay, we're done. We're done with this. But then all of a sudden your ears kind of started hearing this other bird and you're like, holy shit, the two birds match, basically. And I'm like,
And you said
and
they
then
mate for life.
that's when I was given the information
so
that
that
they made
was
for
the-
life. So it was
They told you that while that was happening?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, so I was like horrified
so bad.
because you're just hearing this bird like whether or not they mate for life, that bird sounded sad that the one that looked like it was dead on the ground.
I'm open to anything at this point. I'm just like curious as to like, do you think that's an anthropomorphism, or do you think that that's a sort of evolutionary thing where like they you know, obviously they can survive better if they kind of stick together and like have some sort of emotional connection to each other type of thing, or do you?
I don't know how far it gets taken. I mean, I know that when I had, you know, 2 dogs, when one of them died, the other one started copying the behavior patterns of the one that died. And he never did that before. And like weird stuff. So, I mean, I think that animals feel things. And I know that there's that verse that talks about that creation itself is waiting for the redemption of man. And there are like videos of like whales, like just playing like with seals. Like, it's crazy. Like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know.
But do you
like,
think that they're sensate of the fact that they killed something and now they're playing with it? Like you think they know what they're doing? Like, I'm not being funny either, because I don't know how we can say that they don't know what they're doing.
The reason why I would think yes they do is because you'll have other animals that will take a small baby animal from another animal and care for it if it's lost. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I've seen that.
And so,
but that seems to be like an anomaly rather than a...
Well, that's why I'm thinking that if they're capable of seeing another little helpless animal and saying, hey, let me take that in once in a while, would it also work that when they see what?
Go ahead. Don't worry about it. Just go ahead, man.
Would they also...
I told you, don't worry about it, bro.
Yeah, but it was like my cat got what?
Yeah, I'm about to vomit too, Chad. Thank you for sharing. We're here for you.
Yeah, so if the animals can take that in, like recognizing the helplessness, like they say that whales are pretty smart. Like, how can?
Yeah, this is kind of what I was like I said, like I don't. Maybe they're not. There might be an evolutionary idea too. Cats don't know how to hunt just by instinct. They need to learn to hunt and be violent as a social thing. So maybe it's practice. When the mother cat injures a mouse, she'll call her kittens around to toy it and learn.
Yeah, that to me is different. I'm talking about grown cats. Like, these are older cats, and they are still toying.
But maybe like that's, you know, because that's how their mom socialized them to do it. The mom killed them, and then they brought them over and showed them like, hey, we got to do this. We're not lions. We're not lions anymore. The humans have domesticated us and messed up our genes and shit.
Yeah, I mean.
So now I got to teach you how to be a gangster. Like, how that makes sense to me. That makes a lot more sense. And like, I just feel like we're anthropomorphizing these animals, and
yeah, but then how do you explain that the lazy cat on the top of the cage that knows he's not getting in, and he's not even attempting. Like, he didn't even have to look like he was trying. It was all about just the reaction from those birds.
I don't know, because I wasn't there to see it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it was exactly as I just described it. And it happened over and over and over. Anytime that door was left open, that cat was in there. Oh, I wanted to kill that cat. I mean, I didn't want to kill the cat. But I was really angry every time
don't you think the cat... Okay, so like at some level, what this is talking about the cicada. And so the idea is there's a man and a woman singing. I'm assuming she says sailor, sailor. And then he says a little dove came flying that bore a wounded breast, which I'm assuming he's talking about her, which could be a double entendre, right? Wounded breast. Could be a triple entendre.
Could be.
Because it could be wounded breast as a literal dove, and then you could be breast as like maybe a hint we're talking about a female, and then breast also is where your heart is, and so she's got a wounded heart. This is a pretty dense poem. So like, and it's weird, like, you know, the confluence of art and death, especially in Mexico.
Imagine if she had breast cancer.
I was listening to this cartel guy, and he was saying there's this thing called the Holy Death.
Okay.
And apparently it's a female entity, and they worship it. And of course they have Dia dos Muertos, the Day of the Dead, where and there's like skulls and shit, and they celebrate like So like there's this real like connection between art and death in Mexico, and I'm not particularly sure what's going on there.
Oh, I thought that
was
that
a lot of
was
occultism mixed with Catholicism.
Yes, yeah, but I thought it had to do with their belief that as long as you were remembered, then you were still in existence.
Somehow,
in the
yeah.
underworld. And so it was like to remember them so that way they didn't. Like, I think something about it brings them to safe passage or something like that.
Yeah, the dude was saying that. I mean, he had converted to Islam. Yeah, it was a very fascinating. I'm probably going to interview that guy in Middle America, to be honest with you. It's an incredible story. But this song right here is like, you know, in the Bronx, you go where areas that were completely dominated by Latinos, like the, you know, where I was on 170th Street. If you go right, that's us. Mm-hmm. That's all the black dudes were. And then we had this park called Plimpton Park, Plimpton, and on my Latin friends like Plimpton, hey Jamaica, because he used to call me Jamaica, because I used to say estoy Jamaica. They're like, what? And then, because I was new, you know what I'm saying? And I'm there, and I'm the only, like, you know? So I'm like, yo. They're like, oh, who is this? They start coming toward me, like, hey. And I said, estoy Jamaica. The dude put his hands in his pockets. I'm like, this is not going the way I want it to go, bro. I said, estoy Jamaica. Getting closer, I'm like, oh, man, this is a bad idea, bro. I should, because my brother was like, yo, don't go nowhere new unless I'm with you. I'm like, man, I ain't no hoe. Fuck out of here. And I went over there to Plimpton. Plimpton's like right next door. They had courts, and we had courts, but their courts were better than ours because they took care of their shit, to be honest with you. And so I wanted to go over there and play. Plus, nobody was playing our side. Our side was dead because shit was trash. So I'm over there, I'm like, yo, estoy Jamaica. Finally, they got up on me. And the dude was like, I don't recognize none of these dudes from school, bro. None but Latin kings and drug dealers. None of these dudes was going to school. There's one dude, little dude. And he's like, yo, are you saying Jamaica? And I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm from Jamaica. And he's like, yo, Jamaica. And they look at me, and then they looked at him, and they said something. I don't know what they said, like, is he okay or something like that? And I'm like, Jamaica! And they're like, Jamaica! So I'm like, it was cool, man. Shout out to my Spanish. The Spanish people love me, bro, for real. They wear bandana and all that shit. Yeah. And they're like, yo, don't wear that outside of Plimpton, though, bro. Don't do that, because you're not supposed to, you know. But you know, they love me, bro. They love me. Shorty was like, you know, whatever. And they let me, you know. So that was cool. Shout out to them. But then, you know, I didn't know, because I thought, like, oh, you know, Latinos, they hate, you know, like, it's real shit. Dudes got shot over there, you know, whatever. We didn't do any get back. The cops went and shot him up. Yup.
Oh, wow.
Yup. The cops went and shot him up. Apparently, like, that dude, like, he was like a real, like, kingpin or whatever. And they just decided they were going to kill him. So they just rolled up and killed him. And I'm like, man, like, I got out of that hood pretty quick. Rest in peace to the homie. But shout out to all my Spanish people, man. Like, they're a very, like, when they accept you, they're like the most, like, they're the warmest people when they accept you. The girls, like, they'll hug and kiss you just to say hello. It's nothing crazy. The dudes will hug you. They always put their hand, hey, yo, you good? Everything okay? Nobody's messing with you over there, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what's going to happen, bro? I'm gonna tell y'all on my own people, like, get out of here. Like, oh, yeah, but then my man Marcus got in a fight with them dudes. Marcus got in a fight with Pretty Boy. That's what we used to call him. We used to call him Guapo, and then we were mad at him. We used to call him Bonita. Because Guapo means handsome, and Bonita means pretty. See what I'm saying? And so Marcus started calling him Bonita, and I'm like, yo, you don't know him like that. But the dude was beautiful. Wallahi, he was beautiful. Like, completely symmetrical. His hair, we'd been playing ball for hours. This man's hair was like, I was like, okay, like, he's got it, whatever. Like, don't bring your girl around him. It's over with. There's nothing you can do about it. It's okay. Marcus liked this girl, and the girl didn't give him any time of day. Bonita. Marcus was a man. He's hitting threes, splashing on dude. And you know how dudes get hype? Marcus got a little layup on the dude. Did a little Jordan thing, got fouled. Still hit the shot. He got all up in his face. Yeah, Bonita, yeah.
Taking it too
Boom,
far.
boom. The whole place exploded. I was like, Marcus, let's go. He's like, yo, we ain't running. I'm like, nigga, we running. Boom. They missed me. They never hit me. Like, they missed me on purpose. Like, yeah, they missed me on purpose. We got the hell out of there. I never went back there. I mean, I went back there again to check on dudes like months later. And that's when I found out homie had died. When I found out he had died, like, I left. Like, I couldn't, you know.
Oh.
But the song, I feel like I heard this before, but like it can't be. This song came out in like 2000, whatever, something like that. But I felt like there was something about it that was familiar to me because they played music all day, bro. Like more than, I mean, a lot of it was like, this is when the drug dealing is starting. Mm-hmm. This is when the work is out, basically. Mm-hmm. And so that was like the code that the work was out, was when they blasted the music. And like in the summer, man, forget about it. You're not going to sleep, nothing. It's a freaking block party the entire. Oh, it's an old song, so I probably heard it then.
Oh, this was a cover.
This was a cover, so I probably heard the song then.
Yeah.
Fuck, bro. Okay, so shout out to Marcus. Shout out to Marcus. Shout out to El Guapo. Hey, I'm gonna give this song a solid 8, man. Where you at?
8.4.
All right, guys. Let's go. Other Jamaica. All right, guys. Other side of the break, we shall return.
We back.
Return.